So if you are a nice guy, I'm sorry, you cannot become him because you still believe the lies society has told you for a long time. You see, society keeps telling you that, oh, be selfless, give more, be understanding. But in reality, where does that get you? That gets you to becoming broke, bitter, frustrated. Because the truth is that nobody really reciprocates the respect of a nice guy. One, two, when you're still young, you're not him yet. What happens is that you are giving the very, very things that are supposed to use to build you. So let me give you an analogy for this, right? Because I have a story and this story is very important. So let me hear me very well. So in this analogy, you have a chicken. This chicken lays one egg a day. Now, because you're very, very selfless, because society told you to be selfless, you start giving out one egg every single day, right? You give it to your neighbor so they can feed themselves, they can eat themselves, they can eat for themselves. And now, chicken dies maybe like 11 months. Guess what? You have nothing. But, but if you focus on turning those eggs into chicks and then those chicks into chickens, all of a sudden you begin to grow your farm, grow in abundance. And guess what? It becomes easier for you to share more eggs. And that's the whole idea. Instead of being a nice guy, the nice guy who is giving out the eggs, the little chicken is laying, you're becoming him after you have gotten a good population of a farm, right? Now you can give more. And trust me, you wouldn't even feel it. It's in short, you feel much more generous, right? When you're doing that. And that's the entire point. Because now I remember when I began to I started my becoming him journey, right? I set the goal to leave my father's house in 6 months. Around like the second or third month, around the second month rather. One day, woke up one morning, I had like about 20 armed guards surrounding my dad's business and and his house, right? So we were all shocked. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Apparently, it was the bank went behind our back to do a couple of shady stuff. That's the story for another day. And when it became worse is one day my mom was in the kitchen. And this was like after like, because our house was still monitored for security 247. So we instead what we did was I went to my mom in the kitchen one day. I said, Mom, you know that before this whole thing started, I've been planning to leave my father's house for a period. But I don't, what will people think, right? When they see that I left my father when he had all these bank problems. And my mom was like, why do you care about those people's opinions, right? All of us know that, all of us in the house, all of us that matter know that you had planned to leave your father's house way before this drama started. And it made me realize that truly, a lot of the times we're being held back by the opinions of other people. And that's the whole idea why I say that, guys, you need to be selfish. You need to be selfish enough to think about yourself. What do you need? What do you need in terms of money, resources, energy, even opinions, even ideas for you to build yourself first? And when you build yourself, you can then begin to build other people. Because if you look at it very well, let me give you a couple of harsh truths. That one, in our true nature, we are all selfish at first. We are all selfish at first. What do you mean by that? I always tell people that if you want to understand your true nature, study children. Children are selfish as fuck, right? But as time goes on, society begins to program this idea of, oh, be selfless, give what you have. Johnny, isn't that nice for you to share? And before you know it, you're sharing the little you have. Think about why are you sharing the little you have? And you see, that now begins to create a cycle of you being selfless very early. That creates a cycle of you giving out the very thing that was supposed to make you grow in the first place. Everything that you need to help you grow in the first place. So the whole idea of this video is for you to be selfish, to give yourself everything you need to become him. And when you're him, you begin to give out because you're giving for a place of generosity. So what should you be greedy with? Your body, your time, your energies, your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas. I mean, so far you're not hurting anyone in the process because see this, so you're giving yourself everything that you need to grow. Okay, so another analogy that comes to my head is this: is that you see a child, right? You see a child giving out his food every single day for about 30 to 90 days. Right? Giving out every single, oh, not everything, but most of his food. How well do you think that child is going to grow? About 90 days, you can tell the difference. In a year, you can tell the difference. But if you give that child everything that he needs to perform well, you see that he begins to have what better grades, he begins to have better mood, he begins to feel much better than that child who is just giving out everything because, oh, he has this pressure to give out everything. So, as a man, the whole idea I wanted to have, a couple of ideas I want you to have at the back of your head is that one, you don't owe anybody anything, right? Self-sacrificing when you're still young, when you're still trying to like figure out your life is a very big disaster. And I see this things a lot in modern day relationships. When I tell you that, guys, why are teenagers dating in the first place? You're a teenager. Why are you in a relationship? When you're in your early 20s, why are you in a relationship? You're basically wasting your time. because you're giving away your time, you're giving away your energy, and these are the things that you need to use to build yourself to become him. Now, when you are him, you begin to have this idea that okay, fine, I'm slowly becoming him. Now I can begin to now become generous in my time because to be very, very frank, I'm somebody who preaches what I practice, right? In my early 20s, right? No women, right? And no women. And I began to as I began to live out the journey of becoming him. See, few moments after I began to like welcome women slowly into my life. It's not anything where I woke up one morning and say, "Oh, now I'm not making money. Let me go and talk to women." No, it's gradually, and it made more sense because trust me, when you're him or when you're on your journey to becoming him, women become easier to talk to. Women become easier to hang around. Women become easier to be with, right? When you are him, because trust me, you'll be talking to them from a place of alignment. You'll be talking to them not from a place of overcompensation, but I think I digress. But the bottom line here is that if you really want to be successful at becoming him, you have to be selfish. Show me any billionaire out there who was being selfless from the start. Even these billionaires that were seeing that were giving, who are donating massive amounts of money, simply because you can check all of their journeys while they were coming up, they were very selfish with their time and their energy. So a couple of practical steps you can have here is one, change your mindset, right? Change your mindset means that instead of seeing instead of seeing being selfish as a bad thing, see being selfish as a thing of strategy, as a thing of what you need to do, something that's necessary for you to do so that you can become him, right? Because like I said, you need everything you can. You need everything you can for your body, for your money, your time, your energy. Because I see a lot of guys who are not even eating well, trying to date women and take them out on some average date. And I'm like, guy, calm down. I know that yes, you have that desire to want to have a partner, to have companionship, but it can barely fit these bills. So why are you putting so much pressure on yourself, right? So your first step is to what? Is to change your mindset that becoming selfish is a good thing, right? Because it's going to help you grow. Your second thing you have to realize is your second action step is for you to actually become him. You should start building the blocks of him, right? Start taking all those things and reinvesting it into your journey, right? If you're a bodybuilder, your diet is very important, right? If you are a model, your clothes are very important. If so, all of your time, your money, your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas should be reinvested back into you. Your third step is practice what is called delayed selflessness, right? Because you know, as I like one mindset you have about becoming him is you need to delay gratification. I think that you need to delay selflessness, right? Where like I said, you need enough resources to like it's like a plant, right? A plant when you are diverting its water and its fertilizer, doesn't really grow that fast compared to one that puts in all of the fertilizer and water on him. So delay that selflessness. Build yourself first. And when you build yourself, you're giving from a place of abundance, right? Because the nice guy gives from a place of approval, society norms. The him gives from a place of generosity. The him gives from a place of well, I do it because I want to. I do it because I can. Not because of I care about your opinions. Not because I care about your validations, right? Then the last step here is build boundaries. Learn to say no. Learn to say no when you know that it's not a hell yes. This is what I tell people, right? And this is something that my guys know. If it's not a yes, a very strong yes, it's a no. Even when they want to go to parties, right? And I'd be like, you know what? I don't think I want to go. So what happens is that, yeah, I don't get invited as much, but I still get invited regardless. So they just ask me if I want to go. And I said no. Yeah, and that's simple, right? So begin to practice this no muscle by saying no more. And the truth is that the guys who are with you, they will be with you, right? Because they really like your company, not because of they want your approval or you seek their approval. No. When you begin to draw those boundaries and saying no more, at some point it becomes easier. So what you should do is say no as much as possible at least your early stage, at least your selfish stage. Say no, because the truth is that those that really want to be with you would be with you. Those that are just there for what's the season, those that are there for the benefit or for the validation, they will easily fade away. And these are not guys that you want in your life in the first place. So, guys, some of it all is that it's not to being selfish. You need to be selfish early on. Now, when you have built yourself to become him, then you can become generous. So that's it for today. My name is Tonore. If you like the idea you heard in this video, right, I wanted to please share with somebody who you know will find it helpful. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. And bye for now, brother.